Guys, happy Wednesday. Welcome to the Florida Treasure Coast Market Update. Today, we're going to look back at last year's housing data and see where the trends are.
You better get fired up.
Yeah, you better. Guys, it's great to see you. I appreciate you joining me. Happy Wednesday. Today, we're going to get into the 2023 single-family home housing stats from the MLS. And what I want to look at, if I didn't just bore the crap out of you with all that nerdery, is I want to look at January through the end of June, right, the first 6 months, compared to July 1st to the end of December. I want to see what do average prices look like, right? What do average days to close look like? What is this market looking like? Because that'll give us an idea as to where the next 6 months, which we're in right now, are probably going to look like, right? So that's what I want to take a peek at. So what you should be able to see right now on my screen is the MLS. This is what we use as realtors to input listings. It's what we use as buyer's agents to look up listings for you when you're shopping. And this is where all the other websites, right? The Zillows, the Trulias, Realtor, Redfin, exprealty.com, Keller Williams, Remax, Coldwell Banker, you name it. It's where all of them are getting IDX feeds from in order to get their data when you're searching online. So this is kind of the hub of it all, man. This is where the action's at. So what we're going to do, I've already got it right now. You can see right here, I got sold date January 1st of 2023 to the end of December 2023. And right down here, I'm looking at single family homes only. And we've got 5,099 sales. How do I know that? It's right up here in the top left, right? So now we're going to break it down, and I'm going to look at, what would it be? It'd be June 30th. No, I'm sorry. Guys, I'm going crazy here. All right, let's try this again. Over here is where I need 630. Okay, so we got the end of June in here. So these are the first 6 months. So you can see we've got 2667 on sales. Now it's giving me spinny circle right now, but that's what it had said before it did that. So when I take 5099 minus 2667, that's 2432. That's the amount of sales that we had in the beginning part of the year, right? So if I subtract the one from the other, and then divide it by the 2667, we're looking at the second half of the year selling 8.8% less in homes than we did in the first half of the year, okay? So what that tells me is that the amount of sales we're seeing is going down. That doesn't surprise me at all. Rates had gone up during that time. It kind of scared a lot of buyers out. A lot of the sellers just weren't overly motivated to stay on the market if they weren't going to be able to get the magical prices they were getting 2-3 years ago. So we saw a lot of people come off. So none of this really surprises me, right? So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to hit this little CMA button over here, and we're going to take a peek at some of this overarching data. Okay. Can you see this? I think you should. I don't think you can see it. All right. We got to try something new here for sharing to make sure that you can see it. Share screen. Entire screen. Okay. So now you should be able to see what I see. Okay. So there we go. So now you're looking at this data, right? So when we come up here, you can see there were 2,667 sales in the first half of the year, right? We averaged asking 423,000, and we averaged selling for a little over 421,623 to be exact. Now you can see the sales to list price here. That doesn't make any sense. I know why it doesn't make any sense, because we have some incorrect data in here. So that doesn't really help. But I will tell you, on average, if you're getting, let's just do the math, right? If you're getting 421,623, but you're asking 432,477, you were averaging 97.5% of asking price. So if you were asking 100 grand, you were getting 97.5. If you were asking 200 grand, you were 5 grand short. 400 grand, you were averaging getting 390, right? Sold price per square foot. I think this is really important. You're seeing $228.33. Why is that helpful? Because if you've got what you consider to be an average home in Port St. Lucie, you can take that 228.33 multiplied by your square footage. You've got a rough idea what your home is worth. It's about as accurate as the Zillow's estimate. So take that with a grain of salt, but at least you got a rough idea. You know if your home's worth 300 or 400, 600 or 800, right? You got a rough idea. And then days on market, you can see is right around 52. What's the difference between days on market and cumulative days on market? Cumulative means I put your home on for however long, right? Whatever contract you and I agreed to. It expired, and then we either extended it or I let it expire, and then I put it back on a day or two later. Whatever it is, when you add up all those days, comes out to 57, right? So I'm going to look at the first number, which is the 52. So those are kind of the numbers we're going to compare in a second here. So now let's come back, and I'm going to go back to search results, and we're going to come down to copy, paste, and then let's go 12/31/2023. It said 2492. Is that what I had? That's not what I had. How are those numbers different? I don't know, but they're not so much different that it scares me. So we're going to keep going here. So here is, let's come in here. Yep. Got it. View. So we got 2492 on sales, right? Now, 446 was the average ask price, and 437 was the average sales price. So that number has gone up a little bit, but let's look at what you can expect to get, right? With rates going up. Now, of course, they're coming down a little bit. Just put a post up about that. But with rates having gone up in the last half of the year last year, what did that mean for expectations on what you're going to get as a seller or what you need to present as a buyer in order to get that nailed down? 98%. So it actually went up 0.5%. Sellers were getting 0.5% more compared to the original asking price in the last half of 2023 than they did in the first half. That honestly surprises me. That's not what I would have guessed. I thought it would have been a little bit tighter. That's interesting. Okay, so square foot, price per square foot sold was 228.33 in the first half. What is it in the second half? You can see right over here, it is 235.75. Right? So that is what, $7.40-ish cents, 7.42, I think, to be exact. So $7.42, and we can come right over here and see that the average home in Port St. Lucie is 1,881 square feet. So times 1,881, that means an average home went up roughly $14,000 in value first half of the year compared to the second half of the year. That's pretty awesome, right? Anybody who's selling or currently owns is going to love that stat. If you're buying, probably not going to be a big fan of it, but it's important to be educated. I think that's the biggest thing. It's not, hey, do we like it? Do we not like it? Whatever. It's, are you educated? And now do you have the ammo, the backing to make a good, confident, solid, intelligent decision? That's what's important here. And then the days on market. This surprises me too. It's 38 days compared to the 52 that we saw in the beginning of the year. That really surprises me. So we're seeing some things that really surprise me. And that kind of data is what helps me talk with buyers about what kind of offers to present and what's normal and what they can expect. And with sellers, similarly, right? What are you going to expect on, the price that you're going to get? How many days on average is it going to take us to sell? I can even look up what percentage of properties fall through if you get an offer, all kinds of different things that we can look up. But I think it's really important as a buyer and a seller to not be emotions driven and be logic and data driven, right? And the MLS is probably the best place to get data. So whether you guys are using me as a realtor or not, I want to know that you guys are educated in your decisions. You can DM me, call me, text me, email me anytime. Smoke signals work too. Ask me questions. I'm a nerd. I'll give you all the answers. You can work with me. You can work with another agent. I don't care. I want to make sure you're educated and confident. So reach out anytime, and I'm happy to give you those answers. Guys, I appreciate you joining me this beautiful Wednesday, and have an absolutely phenomenal day. Take care.